Good evening everyone and welcome to TTL F2 Season 5 Round 5 here at Britain, and it's of course F1 2019, or in this case F2 2019, and I of course am James Head 14, going to be taking you through the action on Guy Fawkes night. So apologies if you can hear any fireworks going off in the background. There's been quite a few loud ones going off where I live. Hopefully not going to be disrupting me too much during the course of this commentary tonight. And of course, if you're unfamiliar with the format, we do have one-shot qualifying, race distances of 50% for both the sprint and the feature race. The feature race up first, of course, the sprint race up in second, and we are here at the home of British Motorsport at Silverstone. And I can't wait to commentate through the action here tonight. So, driver standings on the course of last week's. It was Honey who took the sprint race, Lyronix who took the feature race, and also good performances last week from Siege to note, Afri as well, and Lyronix as well. All of them really finishing within the top 4 in those races last week. But the driver standings coming into tonight, Afri, already aforementioned, leads the way on 131 points in the Trident, with Siege in second in the Carlin on 97 points. Spikers in third in the Damned on 82 points, with Lyronix in fourth, the German on 63 points in the BWT Arden car. Navy in fifth in the MP Motorsport on 56 points, Mays in 6th in the Univertosi on 34 points, Sean in 7th in the Campos on 32 points, Maximus is in 8th in the Sauber Junior on 27 alongside Honey in the Art, he's also on 27, and Casper in 10th position in the Carlin. Looking down the rest of the field, Schnitzel with 25 points to his name in the Prima in 11th, Gort in 12th in the other Univertosi on 19 points. Cooper in 13th on 18 points. So Cooper doing a great job so far in the Dams. Andy in 14th on 16. Alan Kay in 15th on 5 in the Trident. And S. Graham in 16th in the Prima on 2 points. Now, we have been testing out a new driver here tonight as well. I wasn't present for that, sadly. I was a bit busy catching up on some of my revision 4 coming into tonight's racing here in TTL F2, so I do apologise about not being available for that. Constructor standings in the meantime. Trident on 136 points leading the way, with Carlin in second on 123 and Damned in third on 100. BWT Arden in fourth on 67, MP Motorsport in fifth on 57, Univertosi in sixth on 53, Art in seventh on 42, Sauber Junior in eighth on 40, Campos in ninth on 32, and Prima in 10th on 27 points respectively. So of course we are here at Silverstone. I'm just going to have a quick check of the comment section, see how you guys are doing this evening, and see if you are supporting anyone in particular here tonight for TTL F2. Of course, feature race to come up first, sprint race to come up second after that. Looking at everyone, good evening to everyone in the comment section, mainly some of our drivers here tonight. Lyronix saying hello. Andy not first for the first time, no practice apart from the last half an hour. And I'm sure the best piece of advice I can give on that probably is, at least you have got practice in. Some of these guys might be coming into the race completely unprepared. I know I've been doing that recently for a Sunday league that I drive in on GT Sport. Haven't been putting the practice in, and trust me, it hurts, honestly. Lyronix also saying about the same. More points will be a godsend considering, says Andy. Good evening to Afri as well, tuning in. And Afri coming in and rooting for his fellow Dutchman Lyronix, and I have a feeling it's going to be a bit of a vice versa there. Lyronix will be supporting Afri, Afri will be supporting Lyronix. I think they're good friends in real life as well, which is fantastic to see. And of course we are here at Silverstone, which means it is now fun fact time. I haven't really got any fun facts for you guys, apart from this track was actually changed in the late 2000s. This was actually changed from the old version of the track to the new version, adding in the village, the loop, and the entry complex through 3, 4, and 5. And then onto the Wellington Straight, joining from the GP track onto the international track which is of course the shorter version, which does come prevalent in British touring cars. If you've ever seen British touring cars, they're going to be using next season, I do believe it's the international layout that they're using, or the national layout, and then the Grand Prix track as well for the first time. They're going to be running that next season, and I think Silverstone is actually either the season finale or the penultimate race of the penultimate round of the season next season, even in British touring cars. But of course we are here for the F2 cars. Of course, synonymous corners to look out for here under my commentary: Brooklands, Luffield, Woodcote, and then down into Copse. I keep calling Woodcote Bentley, I don't know why I keep on doing that. So Woodcote is that corner, just the little kink before the old turn 1, out of the final corner on the old Grand Prix layout of this track. We should be getting going very shortly indeed, and we should be getting going for the racing here tonight very shortly indeed. And Vic Mai has also joined in as well, so that was the new driver being tested out. Obviously has passed his test, and the Polishman is here in the BWT Arden, so he's joining up with Lyronic. Valuable points possibly on offer for BWT Arden coming in tonight. Just on reflection, looking at the point scoring at the minute, 67 points for the BWT Arden team, Trident on 136, so quite a lot of ground to make up. And now with two drivers, with two probably competitive drivers as well, Arden are going to be trying to get right up there in the constructors here tonight. It is 8 o'clock. We should be getting going very shortly indeed. Of course, one-shot qualifying and 50% race here tonight for the feature and for the sprint race, and one-shot qualifying, of course, preludes. And just to spice it up a little bit, the top 8 are also reversed in the sprint race. I don't know how many laps there are coming into tonight's race. I haven't had a track briefing going around the track myself. I've literally only had about 10 minutes to try and figure out how many laps and whatever, so this is going to be quite new to me in terms of laps. But we are going to get going very shortly indeed, about 10 seconds to go. And if you are tuning in for TTL F2 for the first time, you're in for a treat here, because it's TTL F2 and I'm James Head 14, the commentator for this evening. We are about to get going now for the feature race up first, the sprint race up second, and of course one-shot qualifying to come before that. We've also got formation laps as well on this as well, so if you do have any particular favourites that you have out on track, if you're new to tuning in, or if you just want to support some of the drivers out on track, put it in the comment section. Of course I will read it out during the course of this evening's commentary. And once again, I do apologise if there is any fireworks that go off in the background. It is Guy Fawkes tonight. They're a bit of a nuisance, especially they're not really a commentator's best friend. That's what I can probably call here tonight. But we should be getting going very shortly indeed in the meantime for TTL F2. And very strange sight like you see here at Silverstone. It's dry. It's dry here in Britain. Not really like conditions in real life as of late. Very cold, very wet and very windy. So it is a godsend that the weather gods are with us here tonight for the dry track. Certainly here, we're just waiting for Sean to ready up, and then we'll be good to go for this one-shot qualifying session. We'll go on board with the first driver out on track, which is Navy in King's car. He's now running up towards turn 1. Let me get my track back up to secure this. Through Abbey and Farm, through turns 1 and 2. Casper, of course, has got a qualifying ban after last week's incident. So Navy into P3. Lyronics has already retired from the session as well. But Navy looking good so far. Into this village loop and entry section, which now joins on to the international track down the Wellington Straight. So now down towards turn 6 at Brooklands, which will be the next corner up. Through the first sector goes Navy, 31 flat through the first sector. Honey Badger and Casper and Lyronics already at the session. Casper, no surprise, but Lyronics and Honey Badger, interestingly, out of the session so far. Navy now through Brooklands, Luffield, and now through the right-hander at Woodcote at turn 8, and then running down towards Copse. We're pretty much halfway through the lap now. Now to the old turn 1 at Copse. Going to try and take this flat out. Of course, this is never going to work flat out, and he takes it within the white lines beautifully. You can get invalidated there if you do run over the curb too much. Now through the Maggot and Beckett complex, through into the exit of Beckett now, and Navy looking very strong through there. Clearly out on top. Vic Will in second. Affrey in third, Sean in fourth. Alan Kay is up in fifth early on. Affrey just jumping up in the second there. The German right behind him, the Dutchman. Maximus has also retired. He's invalidated, I think, on this lap. He's on a set of hards as well. Of course, these guys do have free compound of choice of tyres coming into the feature race. Navy through now, down hang straight through Stowe, into Vale, and then into Club for the final time. And Navy going to be coming across the line to take pole position by how much? Only 0.2 of a second. Afri in second, and Vikmil on his debut here in TTL F2. My goodness me, he's up into third. So the Polish driver really having a good debut so far. So the B2BT Arden team have got one in the top three. Lyronics will be starting near the back of the field. Here's the full rundown of the grid then. And it is, of course, Navy out on top. 1.5 tenths ahead of Afri, who's in turn 8 thousandths ahead of Vikmil, who's in third. Sean in fourth, with Mays in fifth, just nicking Alan Kay by 0.04 of a second. Good laps from both of them there. Gorth in 7th, S. Graham in 8th, Spike in 9th, just setting a consolidated lap, I think, there, 9.8 seconds off Navy. Honey Badger in 10th, Casper in 11th, Maximus, Lyronics, Andy and Siege. No times, or either just getting disqualified out on track for invalidating. That's why you see plenty of the DSQs there, because the drivers have invalidated somewhere out on track. The majority of them were coming through, I think, the first couple of corners. Turn 1 seemed to be a bit of a pain, certainly for Lyronic, so I think must have invalidated there and then retired subsequently after that. And oh my god, it's beautiful blue skies here in Silverstone. Goodness me, I am picking up a little bit of flu, so I do apologise if I do sound a bit restricted on commentary tonight again. Obviously, I will try and deliver my best commentary, and I have got a drink, as you can probably hear, with the ice that I've got in it as well. Very nice indeed. And it's non-alcoholic as well, so non-alcoholic drink for me on Bonfire Night here in the UK. So we should be getting going there in 10 seconds for the formation lap before the TTL F2 feature race begins here in Silverstone, at the home of British Motorsport, and we are getting going now on the formation lap. 15 laps away the drivers then. We should get around 8 or 9 laps, I think, out of the sprint race. So this is going to be quite quick, quite nippy sort of racing here tonight. And Navy opting for a set of hard compound of tyres. So he's out on top. As I do have game sound. I do have engine sound, yeah. Just need to turn up my TV a little bit. Navy on a set of hards. The rest of the top 10 primarily are on the soft compound of tyres. These guys, of course, do have to make that mandatory pit stop. Spike in 9th has gone for a set of hard compound of tyres. The rest in that top 10 are on a set of softs. And the bottom 5, Casper, Maximus, Lyronics, Andy and Siege, all opting to go for hard compound of tyres to go on to the soft compound of tyre later on in the race. So I definitely think that could be good strategy, and definitely watch out for the likes of Lyronics, possibly even watch out for the likes of Maximus and Siege coming from the back as well. It's going to be quite interesting to see how these guys do get on, and of course, hopefully we have clean and competitive racing once again. The standards, I've got to admit, have dropped in the last 2 weeks, certainly, of commentating, especially the 2 weeks ago in, I think it was Monaco, where the standards had dropped a little bit, but we are back here, of course, in Britain 2 weeks later, and hopefully the standards have improved of driving out on track. Andy going around right at the back of the field, Siege as well. Andy, well, behind everyone else. Has he had a spin, I wonder, in the formation lap? I have to read into that one closely, but Navy coming down into Stowe. My top 3 prediction, by the way, do make your top 3 predictions in the comment section. My top 3, I'm going to go Afri for the win, I'm going to go Navy for second, and I'm going to go for Lyronics for third. Very interesting top 3. I think Vikmil might do quite well on his debut as well. The Polish driver, of course, having his trial literally about an hour ago, if that. So Vikmil obviously coming in, being thrown essentially in the deep end here, contextually. So Vikmil will be starting off in that BWT yard, and similar livery, of course, to the Racing Point. So the final drivers now joining up out on track. Andy, you better join in now. And we are about to get going. 4, 5 red lights here in TTL F2 here at Silverstone. We should be getting going very shortly indeed. Bit of bouncing on the grid there, but the 5 red lights are about to go out for TTL F2. It's the feature race and it's underway. Navy gets a great start from the line. Afri also getting a good start. Everyone down into turn 1, and Afri's got the jump on Navy. So Afri into the lead of the race through turn 1. Navy into second. Vic Mill's on the outside of him, trying to get the move done. There's been contact in the background. I think Spike has had a bit of contact. Not sure who that was with, whether that was by himself. They come into the village section for the first time. Relatively close racing in behind. Gort just losing a couple of positions to Honey Badger, trying to go around the outside of him here. And Honey Badger, in fact, does get the move done, and he's got the move done as well on Alan Kay. So 2 for 1 there. The top 3 get away. Afri leads from Vic Mill in second, Sean and Navy in third. Andy is already out the race. The Scotsman has might have had a bit of a commentator's curse moment, I fear, with my practice little jibe that I had at him early on. Now through Luffield. Honey Badger on the attack to Maze, through Woodcut they go, and Honey Badger on the outside, going to get the traction through Cops. It's side by side down to the old turn 1. Right round the outside goes Honey Badger, great move that is, round the outside, just runs a bit wide. He was going to get the move done anyways, and Honey Badger has got into 5th place there, so good job there by the Dutchman. He's down into 6th. Alan Kane in 7th, Gort right in the behind in 8th position, with Casper in 9th, Lyronics in 10th. Let's see how everyone has judged, as Maximus is about to get past S. Graham here. Down the hanger straight they go. Casper as well, quite close to Gort. He's 3 wide in the foreground. Casper's down the Alan Kay down the inside of Gort, trying to get the move done. Gort trying to go around the outside here actually. Casper right in behind as well. There is Lyronics hunting them down. Casper trying to go around the outside of Gort then. But Afri leads at the end of lap 1, 3/10 of a second the lead. Vic Mill into second. Navy dropped down to 3rd from lap 1. So he's lost 2 positions. The Gort van's very wide there. Casper's got the move done on the inside. So Casper up to 8th place through the final corner at Club. Gets the move done but runs very wide, does the Finn. And now the Brit of Gort right on the back of him. We go on board, of course, with the mid-pack action. Want to try and give you guys the best possible action here out on track. Gort trying to get past Casper. No cigar there. Honey Badger is up to 4th and is mince-meeting his way through the field. The Dutchman going very strong early on. Sean in behind as we run down the Wellington Straight. Into Brooklands they go. Afri leads the way by 5/10 of a second. Vic Mill in 2nd. Navy in 3rd. Honey Badger in 4th. Sean in 5th. Let's see how the positions have changed then at the end of lap 1. Honey Badger has gained 6 positions already from 10th place. Casper's gained 3. Gort has gained 3. Lyronics has gained 3. Siege has gained 4. 1 position's gained respectively for Afri and Vic Mill, who are 5/10ths away from each other as they come through. Alan Kay's right on the back of Maze now, 3/10 of a second separating. And Casper maybe just holding up a little bit of a train here. Gort and Lyronics in behind. There is another 3 drivers just in behind that. Siege, Maximus, S. Graham. Spike could get on the back of that as well, and it could be a whole car train pretty much from the mid-pack downwards, so this could be really interesting to see. Alan Kay has just lost a little bit of time to Maze in the meantime. Casper, then Gort, then Lyronics. Lyronics trying to make his way through the German, trying to go all the way around the outside of Gort here. This will be a great move if he pulls it off. Through still they go, and I think Gort is just going to come out on top. He go on board, trying to go up the inside here. Lyronics has got the right away of the corner, down the inside line, runs over the curb slightly. Vic Mill sets a new fastest lap for the rest with a 43.4, and it is a 10th of a second separating the top 2. Lyronics around the outside of Club, gets the move done, and now that opens the door to Siege as well. Siege trying to get past, going down the inside, not going to try it. S. Graham has lost the position to Spike. Vic Mill then on the back of Afri. Let's go on board with the battle for lead. Navy in 3rd, Honey Badger in 4th, looking very close. There's plenty of action going on here. I'll try and indict it all during this race. Afri's now pulled away slightly from Vic Mill in 2nd. Honey Badger though right on the back of Navy. Now down the inside into Brooklands. The Dutchman on his fellow countryman, trying to go up the inside, and he does, I think. Has he got the move done? Oh, slight loss of the back end into Brooklands, but Honey Badger keeping the traction round the outside of the corner, has got that move done, and he is up to 3rd place. However, it's not all said and done. Navy's now side by side with him as they go through Woodcut. Now down towards the old turn 1 at Cops, and I think Navy is going to have right away of the corner here down the inside. Honey Badger trying to hold it around the outside, a little bit of contact between them both. Honey Badger is off, and I think honestly that was just the case of being caught on the curb on the inside there. Navy has spun around. Honey Badger has spun around, sorry, he's into the wall, gets a 10-second time penalty. That needs removing. That's an absolute joke of a penalty given there. Casper right on the back of Alan Kay. So Honey Badger not having his right way here. Maze is there beginning to hold everyone up. Alan Kay, Casper, Lyronic's right on the back of this as well. Quite a lot of action happening here in the mid-pack today in TTL F2. Lyronic's trying to go down the inside of Casper, who contacts the back end. Completely locks up and misses his breaking point completely there. Alan Kay is now down to 7th as a result. Lyronix is up to 6th. Goat trying to get past as well. Just contact on the back end there between Casper and Alan Kay. Alan Kay did everything right. Casper just misjudged his breaking point slightly and then tapped into the back end. He's now down to the back of the field, pretty much, with Honey Badger in 14th position. As that is Siege trying to look around the outside of Gort into turn 1. Not quite. Siege trying to get the move done here. Afri leads the way still, 0.4 of a second. We'll come on board on that when it gets to about 2, maybe a 10th away. But Siege right on the back of Gort in the meantime. And as I say, quite a condensed mid-pack here. Look at the position changes. Lyronix is getting 7, Siege is getting 6. All change really as a result of those incidents. Honey Badger and Navy coming into contact. I'm sure that will get investigated, as will the incident between Casper and Alan Kay. And honestly, I feel probably both of them could be adjudged to racing incidents, but of course we'll wait for the stewards to have a say on that one. In the meantime, Vic Mill right on the back of Afri, and Paul giving the Germans something to think about here. And Vic Mill right on the back of Afri, 0.5 of a second away. Lyronix, however, right on the back going into Cops of Maze, this is. So Maze defending off Lyronix. Clearly the hard compounder tyres working much better, I've got to say, than the softs at the minute. Lyronix making eye-catching progress through the field. Gort as well trying to make progress through the field. He's right on the back of Alan Kay. In the meantime, we'll go back on board for Lyronix. Bit of a shocking camera angle that is to go on board with. Alan Kay with a poor run out of Maggots and Beckett, but Lyronix right on the back of Maze. Can he close down the straight? He's got the inside line into Cops, and I think the German is going to have right away the corner here, and he's got the move done. After he's into the pits early, Gort has got the inside of Alan Kay. Siege is trying to make this 3 wide. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. It's 3 wide down into Vale. Alan Kay and Gort and Siege pretty much 3 wide. It's still 3 wide. Gort gets the move done on Alan Kay. Look at Siege. Look at Spike trying to get in 2 positions. He's got 1, certainly. He's got Siege. Spike gets the move done on Siege. That is what you call precision, and that is what you call taking an opportunity for granted and making it stick. So Spike is up to 8th place, gains past Siege, and Maximus is on the back of this all of a sudden as well, and it's all kicking off in this mid-pack. Spike trying to go around the outside of Alan Kay into the loop. Alan Kay holds him off for now, but Maximus right at the inside of Siege again, not trying to get the move done there. Afri is into the pit. He's going for a set of hard compounder tyres. Spike in the meantime is on the back of Alan Kay. The Irishman now under pressure from the break. Down the inside goes Spike, trying to get 2 for 1. Down the inside, Alan Kay gives him the right away, and Spike has got the move done into Brooklands, and he's up to 7th place. But he's got to think about something as Alan Kay sticks the nose up the inside. Honey Badger's got a 5-place grid penalty for speeding in the pit lane and is retired in the pit. So obviously not making any sort of inroads there. Honey Badger clearly feeling that his race is done for tonight. And of course, we have got the sprint race to come. However, nearly 3 wide once again. Spike trying to have a look on Gort down into Maggots and Beckett's, not quite. Bit of a train being held up. Look at this, 6 cars. Have you ever seen it so close? 6 cars within roughly about 1.2 seconds. Lyronix has got the move done on Sean in the meantime. It's all beginning to kick off once again. It's going to be 3 wide now. Down the hanger straight they come. Spike is trying to do a 2 for 1 around the outside. If he can pull this off, this will be the move of the move of the season. But he doesn't. Golden and Spike hold their positions, and in fact Spike took the outside line and has got the move done. So Spike has got the move done. Gort is into the pits as a result. Maze is still going, but Spike has got the move done. Certainly on Maze there, around the outside of Cops. Around the outside of Stowe, gets the move done. He's into 3rd place now as Vic Miller's into the pits from the lead of the race. Let's have a look at where Afri is in relation to him. He's just coming out the final 2 corners now. Vic Miller's towards the end of the pit lane. I have a feeling Afri is going to jump him here. As we go on board, still this mid-pack battle rages on. We'll go back on board with that in a minute. Afri and Vic Mill, it's going to be so close coming out the pits. I think Afri has just got it. Yeah, Afri gets it by about 5 or 6 tenths. Maximus and Siege once again going at it, and Maximus has got the move done on Siege. So Maximus already through, and he's up to P5. I'm not sure if there was any contact there, possibly. Siege just clearly backing off that, but Maximus has got the move done in the meantime, and he's up to 5th place. So the pit stops, how is everyone looking at the minute? Well, the top 7 still yet to pit. Siege and Casper both in the car lines, still yet to pit. Maximus is right on the back of Miz. They're both still to pit, as is the top 3, Navy, Lyronix and Spike. Maximus trying to hunt down the inside into Cops. Not quite. Well, my god, this has been a thrilling 6-7 laps nearly. Siege is trying to hunt down the inside of Maximus. They come through into Maggots and Beckett's once again. On a set of hard compound of tyres, of course, the drivers who start on hards will go to the soft compound of tyres. They're the ones to be favoured near the end of the race. Maze and Maximus about to do battle. Down the hanger straight they come. Maximus forced to the outside. Maze defending the inside line. Let's take this from Siege's point of view. Maximus going around the outside of Stoll. Maze trying to hang off the camera of the corner, but Maximus has got the move done. Siege trying to make sure he gets this. Maze is into the pit and frees Siege now onto the back of Maximus. Thrilling action here. We are halfway through nearly in TTL F2, the feature race. Navy leads the way. Lyronix in 2nd, Spike in 3rd, Maximus 4th, Siege in 5th. Casper is now in 6th. They're still yet to pit. 8/10 of a second for the net lead of the race between Afri and Vicmill. But what you're on board at the minute is Siege and Maximus. 4th and 5th currently out on track. McCarlan now trying to go down the inside of Maximus. Not quite. Of course, that's Sauber Jr. defending off the Carlin. And Maximus on the back, Siege right on the back of Maximus. Now through entry and onto the Wellington straight once again. Siege hunting him down on Maximus. He's got the inside line. Maximus should have really defended the inside here, I fear. Siege down the inside of Brooklands. Gives him room. Maximus holds it around the outside. Siege giving maybe just a bit too much room there, possibly. But Maximus has got the move done. Once again, and Siege right on the back, trying to prioritise the run out of left field there. And Siege is still on the back, but not close enough for a move down into Cops. In the meantime, we have had a position change. Maze has just came out the pits, I do believe, and Alan Kay is through on him, and S. Graham is now beginning to battle it out with Maze for currently 12th and 13th place out on track, and we'll run above with this for a little while everything just picks up a little bit. After we now pulling away from Vicmill, clearly got the warmer tyres at the minute, a lap fresher, a lap warmer tyres compared to him, and Afri might be just a bit of a commentator's curse there. 3-second time penalty for the German. As in the meantime, Siege has got the move done on Maximus, down into Stoll, that is. Siege has got the move done. He's up to 4th place. So the Carling making mincemeat of Maximus in the Sauber Junior. And Siege is up into 4th position. Great move there. Down the inside of Stoll. We'll go back on board then with this battle between Maze and S. Graham. Plenty of action happening, as I say, in the mid-pack battle majority. Of course, we have been running on board with the front race, trying to give you as much action as possible. Afri sets the new fastest lap of the race with a 43.3. Graham now trying to hunt down Maze in the meantime. You're halfway through, as I've said. Navy leads, Lyronix 2nd, Spike in 3rd, Siege in 4th, Maximus 5th, Casper in 6th. Yeah, they're still yet to pit. Goodness knows where they're going to come out in terms of the pit stops. But what you're right on board with at the minute is S. Graham on the back of Maze, and in fact he's just lost a bit of time there, 1.1 seconds coming across the line. So we'll go on board then with Maximus and Siege, as that gap has just extended to beyond a second. Maximus now 7/10 away from Siege. Of course, Siege did get the move done the last lap around. Maximus trying to stay within touching distance to try and eye himself up a possible move out of Maggots and Beckett, and then onto the hanger straight. Maximus now tries to approach, and he is just closing in on him slightly through Maggots and Beckett's to come. Siege still in 4th, Maximus still in 5th. Where is Navy? Is he coming into the pits yet? No. Navy going to continue on for another lap. Is Lyronix going to continue on for another lap, I wonder? Yes, he is. Spike coming around still. Is he going to pit? No. Again, many drivers feeling that the hard compound of tyres can last quite far into the race. Siege is into the pits, however. Maximus is not, and neither is Casper. So one of the Carlins is in. Siege is into the pits, trying to ensure that he gets out in clear air, of course, here. Maximus and Casper now to do battle between 4th and 5th. Casper hunting him down. The Finn, off the back of his qualifying ban, of course, has made great inroads in this race. He has gained 6 positions. As a result, Siege is now dropping down positions, as you would expect with him being in the pits. Casper, though, in the meantime, right on the back of Maximus. And of course, If you're just tuning in to Silverstone for TTL F2 tonight, you've missed quite a lot already. We are pretty much 3/4 of the way through nearly already. We're nearly 2/3 of the way through this 50% feature race, 50% sprint race still yet to come. I do believe that is going to be anywhere between 9 and 12 laps of my estimates, my guesstimates. Off this is Casper, still right on the back of Maximus. Casper trying to hunt him down just to try and make sure that he gets the best run. Takes a much deeper line there through Wooker. It can gain you just that little bit of time and make you have that inroad into the driver ahead. And certainly it appears to me that Casper has now got the hammer down and is trying to close in on Maximus. Alan Kay is trying to hunt on Siege. However, Siege is on a set of soft compound tyres now, so he'll be going closer to Gort than to Alan Kay. Alan Kay, of course, still trying to hunt him down at 1.4 seconds off the pace. As we should see the pit stop now happening. Navy into the pitch from the lead of the race. Ironic should be in as well. Yep, Spike should be coming in as well. No, Spike stays out. Spike stays out for another lap. Maximus and Casper in the meantime doing great jobs in 4th and 5th, and Casper now into the pits. Maximus, I think, should have really pitted there, to be honest. And that just gives a bit of a breather to us here in the commentary box. So I'm going to check through the comments section. We'll go on board with Vic Mill though, trying to chase down Afri. This is of course for the net battle for the lead out on track. Separated by 1.8 seconds currently out on track at this moment in time. Of course, it might get closer during the course of this. Where is Navy and Line Redis going to come out? Navy will come out just behind Vic Mill, I do believe. Sean coming through coming through Vale and Club. Ironic is out of the pits. Casper coming to the end of the pit lane. I think Casper's just going to come out behind Gort possibly, maybe even further down than this. Siege is there, there's his teammate, he's gone past him, and Casper is going to be out right beside Alan Kay, I do believe. So Casper, right out the pit lane, is just ahead of Alan Kay, just within clear air as well, the Finn. That's good stuff. Spike now leads the way, he's going through Cops, Maximus second, Afri in third, with Vic Mill in fourth. In the meantime, we'll go on board with Alan Kay, trying to hunt down Casper. Of course, Casper on relatively new tyres, so there will be colder than Alan Kay's hard compound tyres that he is running here tonight. And hopefully everyone enjoying the action so far, as I said. Hey everyone, we'll be back next week, says Schnitzel. The Schnitzel will be back next week, and I do apologise if I am mispronouncing that wrong. Of course, he will be back next week after missing the race. And to be honest, he would have been the 16th driver here out on track tonight. So not bad attendance for TTL F2. I think it's certainly higher than last week. Spike leading the way and is into the pits. So Spike is into the pits. Maximus is going to come into the pits as well. Got to get that car slowed down before the pit lane. Oh, yes, he did. Just about. Goodness me. Siege then on the back of Gort. Just coming onto the hangar straight. 8th and 9th versus 4 currently out on track. Of course, the top two are into the pits, so they're going to be dropping down. Afri will lead the way then by 1.7 seconds. I will give a little in-look into the amount of penalties that people have very shortly indeed. Just once Spike and Maximus do come out in those positions respectively. So they're coming... They might come out the pits. Spike's going to come out in 5th, I do believe here. So that's a good judgment by him. Siege though right on the back of Gort. So the two Brits about to do battle. For 7th and 8th out on track, Maximus is just about to exit the pit lane. Could come out just behind Alan Kay, I imagine. Siege trying to go around the outside into turn 3. Not quite going to happen. Maximus is just pretty much side by side coming out the pit lane here. Alan Kay around the outside. Maximus trying to hold the inside line. Alan Kay has got it. So Alan Kay, with the fresher tyres and with the overspeed, has got the move done. But Maximus down the inside has just sold a complete dummy on him. Maximus with the soft compound tyres gets the move done, and Siege is up the inside of Gort once again. This is into Brooklands, now into Lovefield. Gort trying to make his car look as wide as possible. I think we had Spike spinning possibly there as well. Gort has spun around after that contact, trying to go for a move really that wasn't really his to go for. Gort now down to 9th as a result. I think just I don't think that needs investigating, probably just a little silly error there by Gort, to be honest. So Maximus leading in 10th position. Alan Kay right on the back of this though. The soft compound tyres against the hard compound tyres. Of course you would think this would go either way. Afri does lead the way by 2 seconds out on track. We'll go on board quickly with the penalty situation then. Afri's got a penalty, 3 seconds. Vic Mill's got a penalty, 3 seconds. Navy's got nothing. Navy has got nothing at all. Lyronix has got 2 warnings. Sean has got nothing. Good to see. Spike has got 2 warnings. Siege has got a warning. Casper's got 3 warnings. Gort has got a warning. Maximus has got nothing. Alan K has got 2 warnings. Maze has got nothing. S. Graham still going around in the back has got nothing either. So not really many penalties to ride home about as Lyronix sets the new fastest lap of the race. But what you've got to watch out for is Navy. Now, right on the back of Vic Mill, the new driver, the Polishman, trying to fend off the attentions of the Dutchman. And Navy currently sitting in 3rd position, coming into Brooklands and Luffield, and currently in the standings. He's on 56 points. And he is ahead of Lyronix out on track, so this could be quite crucial in the race for a possible 4th position in the championship. Of course, it is still early days in TTL F2. I think we are reaching the halfway point here tonight. Spike is right on the back of Sean in the meantime, coming into Brooklands and into Luffield, that was. Navy's still on the back of Vic Mill. I'm going to try and swipe between both of them. We'll go on board with them with Spike coming through Woodcut. And Spike should get the move done, I fear, here, down into Cops. Is he going to commit the move? Down the inside he goes. Spike, beautiful move, down the inside with much fresher tyres. Sean just running slightly out wide. And Spike has got the move done. He's up to 5th place, down the inside of Cops. Navy now trying to hook down the inside of Stowe on Vic Mill, trying to launch the car down the inside for a move. Not quite. The BWT Arden has ran very wide there. He rejoins track. Navy trying to head to the inside. Vic Mill should have really been defending the inside there. And Navy careers into him. So Navy makes contact on Vic Mill's rear end, gives him the benefit of the doubt and lets him back through. Good sportsmanship shown there by Navy. Just a little bit of contact. Again, not really going for the move. He's got to try and get the move done in a clean and competitive manner rather than try and force it up the inside and force the driver in front into a bit of a mistake. 3 laps to go. Afri leads the way. 2.9 seconds. Vic Mill is in 2nd. Now, really, essentially, holding up Navy. Lyronix in 4th, Spike in 5th, Sean in 6th, Siege in 7th, Casper in 8th, Gort in 9th, Maximus 10th, Alan K 11th, Mason 12th, and S. Graham down in 13th position as once again Navy tries to hunt down the inside of Vic Mill. Not quite going to happen. We'll go on board then with Maximus, who's trying to hunt down Gort in the meantime. And Navy, I think, has just sold it round the outside as Vic Mill is off track. So Vic Mill off track. I'm not sure what has happened there. We weren't on board to see that. In the meantime, we'll go back on board with Maximus and Gort. So Maximus, the driver down the inside here on Gort, and Maximus going down the inside into Brooklands, trying to commit the move. Gort holds it firm. He's on the inside line. Doesn't want to make the same mistake like he did a couple of laps ago. Maximus surely with the traction will get the run off the corner, and I think he's got the move done, possibly around the outside. It's still not over. It's still not all signed, sealed and delivered. Maximus now on the outside line. Is Gort going to try and back off? He does slightly. Maximus is in front of him though, pretty much a car length ahead, and Maximus has got that move done eventually. Good side-by-side action there between both of them. Maximus has got the move done, and he's up to 9th place, and that's a valuable 2 points out on track. Gort currently in that 1 point scoring position here out on track. Traditional F1 point system coming into the final 2 laps of the race here. Afri does lead, Navy in 2nd now, Lyronix in 3rd, so Vic Mill obviously having some sort of effect. Gort right down the inside into Stowe. Wasn't expecting that at all to be pulled off. Gort has got the move done. Maximus trying to get the run off the corner once again. These two now ding-dong once again. Round 2 pretty much here in Silverstone between these two as they go on to the final 2 laps of the race. And Maximus is not going around the outside here into Club. Not quite. He runs off track. He's got to give the position up there, and he lets Gort back through. So good sportsmanship shown there by Maximus as Gort goes wide, and Maximus will say thank you very much. Should be up the inside now into the village section and into the loop and into Aintree, and Maximus has got that move done once again. But look at Alan K. These 3 now begin the battle. May's not out of this entirely either. Of course, penalties could take potential points away. This will be the official, unofficial results, of course, as stewards' investigations will have to happen after this. Afri, 3.5 seconds ahead of Navy. Lyronix is trying to gain on him in 3rd. Spike now in 4th. Vic Mill now down in 5th as a result of contact or a spin, maybe. Can't definitively say what happened there as we weren't on board with it. Vic Mill has lost another position to Sean, so again that front wing damage affected him. Gort trying to hunt down Maximus. Alan Kay right on the back of this as well. Three-way battle then for the final scrap points here out on track in the feature race. We are about to go on to the final lap, I do believe. Afri is coming into the final corner now and sets about going into the final lap of the race as the two Carlings now change position. Siege clearly with a much better setup. Now right on the back of Vic Mill. Vic Mill struggling around. Got to try and keep on going, I think. He's going to defend the inside line. He's got that right side end plate damage. Casper now on the outside line. Now down the inside, gets the move done. And Louis Delatrace's car. Casper's got the move done. And he's up to 6th place. Vic Mill now in 7th. Going to be hot on the heels is Siege. Siege now going to try and close in. The Carlings looking for a great result here. We are on to the final lap, as I say. I'm not forgetting about it. There's just so much going on out on track. Vic Mill runs wide. And a very weird tyre glitch for Siege, who I think actually has got a puncture. Siege has got a puncture. He's got a left front puncture. I was wondering where that tyre was going. The puncture has happened for Siege. 6 laps worth of softs. They haven't lasted long at all. So Siege is going to have to career around. He's going to be losing positions left, right and centre surely here. Maximus is now trying to gain on that. We'll go on board though with Lyronics on the back of Navy for 2nd place. Navy and Lyronics, pretty much. I think this is how my prediction actually is. So I think I'm going to predict this correctly for once. Afri leads the way, 5 seconds of gap. Lyronics trying to hunt him down. Siege obviously dropping the positions as a result of that puncture, an unexpected puncture from my perspective. Lyronics now trying to hunt down Navy, trying to go all the way around the outside. He sends it round the outside of Stowe. Can Lyronics pull off the move? He's got the traction on the outside, a little bit of contact. Navy trying to go on the inside line now. Afri is about to come around the final corner to win the race, but Lyronics has pulled off a great move right late on, and he's going to get 2nd place out on track. Navy has picked up a penalty as well late on. Afri will win. Lyronics in 2nd, Navy in 3rd. Lyronics steals it very late on. Vic Miller's defending off. Maximus now down into Stowe in the meantime, and Maximus sends it down the inside into Stowe. Gets the move done very easily indeed, and now Vic Miller under attack from Gort again. Gort now trying to close in for possible 8th position out on track. Penalties might decide. Navy in 3rd, Spike in 4th, Sean in 5th. Casper across the line in 6th. Good result from him starting from the back. Maximus coming across the line in 7th. Vic Mill coming across the line in 8th on his debut. Quite unlucky, he's picked up penalties as well. Alan Kay gets the final points, I think. Siege across the line. Yeah, Alan Kay gets the final points. Mason S. Graham giving us a little bit of a battle towards the end here. The Scotsman right on the back of the Brit. And Mason will be coming across the line in 12th position. Just about. Holds on by a 10th of a second from S. Graham. But that's the feature race over and done with. And stay tuned because we have got the sprint race coming literally quick as a flash here in TTL F2. If you pardon the pun, quick as a flash with the fireworks going off. And that on track once again here on Bonfire Night. And it is Afri, the championship leader, who does take the win from his fellow countryman, who sign, seal and deliver that right around the outside through Stowe. Lyronics picks up 2nd, and Navy with a great drive as well in 3rd. And if only Lyronics could finish 3rd, my prediction would have been 100% correct. I feel slightly annoyed by that. But the official, unofficial results of the feature race will now appear on your screens. And it is Afri who takes it. Lyronics gets the fastest lap, however, out on track. Possibly a driver of the day performance in the feature race already there from him. 2 Germans fill out the 1st, 2nd, and then Navy in 3rd, the Dutchman from pole position. Spike in 4th, Sean in 5th. Good drive from Casper from 11th. He's into 6th. Maximus in 7th. Gort in 8th. Vic Mill unlucky on his debut in 9th. Hopefully the sprint race will go better. Of course, the top 8 will be reversed. Alan Kay picks up the final point in 10th. Siege in 11th, good recovery drive from him. Mason 12th, S. Graham in 13th, Honey Badger and Andy, both are Grand Prix cars out of the race very early on. My voice starts to go slightly, but we have got the sprint race then up and coming. And we should be getting going once again for action here out on track in TTL F2. 15 drivers about to do battle once again. And of course, keep it clean because we don't want to have a busy night. Schnitzel saying, rooting for Vic Mill, we're good friends, just met in real life last week and had a few drinks. Hopefully you didn't get too drunk. You're better off sticking to the cork like I am tonight. Lyronix are very pleased with his drive from 13th to 2nd, and Tom, I think that's Navy coming in saying nice drive as well. And just while we've got a little bit of break in the action, do remind you, Mini League 3, Mini League 2 and Mini League 1 are up tomorrow night from 7:45 and 8:30 UK time respectively. I can't wait to be commentating on Mini League 3 once again tomorrow night. Should be great action out on track with 15 teams doing battle out on track. And I will, of course, come on to that at the end. Maximus then is about to ready up, I hope. Max is about to ready up, unless we've had a bit of a glitch here with Maximus. We're just waiting for him to ready up. Hopefully no glitch has occurred here, and no disconnect has occurred for Maximus. So Honey Badger, Lyronix, Navy, Casper, Sean, Siege, Maze, Escrave, Andy, Maximus, Alan K, Afri, Gort, Vicmill and Spike all about to do battle. I have a feeling for the worst here, to be honest. I have a feeling that Maximus has had a glitch of some sort and possible disconnect, and that's why we are waiting for players. Certainly on my screen we're waiting for players. I'm not sure if it is on everyone else's. I assume it is, but hopefully we will get the action underway very shortly indeed for this sprint race here in TTL F2. Take another look at the comments then while we wait for this to load up. I think the lobby has stuck, says Andy. I think it has as well. I think it might be because Maximus has readied up. He's probably readied up on his screen. But there's been some sort of desync possibly within the lobby, which means that we are waiting for Maximus to ready up still. Everyone else readied up, raring to go, I'm sure. But I have a feeling if it doesn't come up, we will have to restart the lobby for the sprint race. So, of course, top 8 will be reversed, and that we will have to do grid editor as per usual from obviously going into the lobby. I think grid editor will be a great way and a quicker way certainly to reverse the grid, unless we do see thingy. But Maximus has left the session, so there we go. Maximus has left the session, so we can get underway then. So we're down to 14 then for the sprint race. I think a disconnect has occurred, as I was saying, on Maximus. He would have been starting P2 as well as a result of his good finish in 7th last race. The top 8 then have been reversed. 11 laps worth of action. Who was that spinning through turn 1? Navy has gone off at turn 1. Goodness me, apologies about that. Pardon me. Navy has spun around. Will have to try and find his way through the field. Might be just content to stay there. Everyone on a set of hard compound of tyres. The top 8 of course reverse. So Afri will be starting in 8th. Lyronix 7th. Navy in 6th. Spike in 3rd. Sean in 4th. Casper in 3rd. Then Maximus should have been starting 2nd. And Gort is starting on pole position. And I recall the last time that Gort started on pole position for the Univitorsi team, he did drive pretty well up until the midpoint in the race where we did just start to lose positions. And I think Gort could do the same here with Casper in behind and Sean in behind as well. I think Gort has got certainly a good chance to pick up some great points here tonight. And if he is fighting his way through the field, by the way, down into Cops, Lyronix is going to let him through respectively. Everyone on a set of hard compound of tyres, as I say. This is the final piece of action that you're going to be seeing out on track tonight. This sprint race, 11 laps long. And if it's anything for the feature race to go by, with a lot of great action, just a little bit of niggly contact here and there, but a lot of great action out on track. And if it's anything like the feature race, this sprint race should be one to watch, and possibly the best of this season. You have heard it here first. I think this is going to be possibly great. Somebody off, just going through Maggots and Beckett's there. Who was that? Who was that? Was that Vic Mill? No, it wasn't. It was somebody. Somebody went wide there. It was Andy running off through Maggots and Beckett's there on the outlap. But 11 laps for the drivers to delve into here tonight. Gort, of course, starting on pole. Casper will be starting 2nd. Maximus was due to start 2nd, but he has disconnected from the session. Unfortunate disconnect. I'm sure he'll be back next week fighting fit and fighting for more points. Sure that will come as we now get prepared for the second piece of action out on track here tonight. Gort joining up to his grid slot, as does everyone else. That P2 spot will remain free, of course, for Maximus, he won't be able to drive his car here. We are waiting then for nobody to join up. Everyone has joined into their good positions, and we are about to get going here for 11 laps worth of action. Shocking camera angle, 5 red lights, about to go out here at Silverstone. First sprint race, and it's lights out and away we go. Good start by Gort. He's single by himself. Casper gets a very good launch though. The car already up the inside of Gort, and he's got the move done already into turn 1. Great start by Casper up into P1. Relatively all clean in behind as well. That's what we like to see as Casper leads the way down into the village, checks in for the first time. Everyone just concentrating up in behind, but very clean. Just a little bit of contact there between Maze and Andy, I think that might have been. Honey Badger down the inside. Right on the outside as Alan Kay goes for a spin. No contact there, just a drop at the back end from Alan Kay, just applying too much power, and Alan Kay has spun around right at the back of the field, actually trying to fight his way through on Sean. Sean is up the inside of Spike in the meantime. We go on board with Gort by mistake. Spike is up the inside. Everyone got to be careful through the field once again. Casper leads the way, 9/10 of a second from Gort in second. It's all getting pretty much 2 by 2. Noah's Ark is calling here. Spike is in third. Sean under pressure now from Afri, who's on his inside. Afri looking to break in position early on, and the German is up the inside. The feature race winner is up to 4th place. Sean in 5th, Navy in 6th. Very good start. Maximus is back in. Fortunately, he won't be racing out on track. Vic Mill is trying to go up the inside of his teammate down into... This is side by side between Honey Badger and Vic Mill, actually. Coming through Mackett's and Beckett's. I haven't seen this before in the F2 cars, and Vic Mill has pulled it off. He's up to P8. Vic Mill right up there. Honey Badger trying to fight this. Honey Badger right on the back, slots him behind. The steam train goes on in front, however. After trying to dive down the inside of Spike, I have a feeling he's not going to pull off the move. He was on the outside of the corner. Spike stays in 3rd position. Great opening lap though, and a great start to this sprint race. Hardly any contact. Alan Kay just dropping the back end. A little bit of contact between Maze and Andy, but apart from that, very, very clean for the sprint race early on. And Casper leads the way by 9/10 of a second from Gort in second. Afri is on the back of Spike in third as they come through turn 1 once again. Vic Mills up the inside of Navy. They fight side by side through turn 1, and that is Spike around. I have a feeling he might have dropped that off turn 1. Don't think there was any contact there between anybody. Spike, I don't think, was close enough possibly for any sort of contact. Lyronix and Navy now battled out. Honey Badger trying to go up the inside as well. There's a different car in behind as well. That's Siege and the Carlin right on the back of Vic Mill, who's trying to go up the inside of Honey Badger. Again, the mid-pack offering great battles here. Down into Brooklands they go once again. And Vic Mill down the inside of Honey Badger. Pretty much been going side by side pretty much for the entire first 1.5 laps of this race. He's trying to go up the inside of Vic Mill, not quite. Honey Badger gets the move back done on Vic Mill, and he's up to 7th place. But the Polish driver wants to make sure that he makes up for lost time in the sprint race after receiving that front wing damage. Vic Mill obviously want to try and make amends for the feature race and try and score as many points as possible in this sprint race, of course. Lyronix is on the back of Sean, though, in the meantime, for 4th position. Casper leads away by 9/10 of a second. Gort, as I said, very good start from him. Just got jumped off the start, really, by Casper. That's why you're seeing Casper in P1, Gort in P2, Afri in P3. Lyronix is chasing down Sean. Could look for a move down into Stowe. Not quite. I think he'll wait for the DRS next lap around to try and get the move done. Afri's make good ground through. Let's have a look at position gains towards the end of lap 2. Everyone else now spread out quite evenly. A bit of a lock up there from Honey Badger, who's in Nick de Vries's car. Vic Mill trying to go up the inside of him once again. Casper sets a new fastest lap race, bettered by Afri with a 43.7, and that is Gort round. Gort round on the final corner. I have a feeling he's probably caught himself on the inside of the curb there, DRS enabled. So Gort is round. Just some little silly, niggly mistakes being made by the drivers out on track. Probably taking too much curb, trying to apply a little bit too much power. And the sprint race, obviously, now starting to see people out. The concentration levels have got to be there, of course, for both the feature and the sprint race, because there is 2 races packed within one night, and most of these drivers might not be used to it. But Lyronix now trying to hunt down the inside on Sean. This is down into Brooklands they go. Lyronix trying to defend the position. Sean putting his car up the inside. Campos fighting the Trident. The BWT Arden fighting the Campos. Lyronix is up to 3rd as a result. So Lyronix has got the move done. Navy's right on the back of this as well. So the MP Motorsport now on the back of the Campos. Navy trying to go up the Sean trying to go up the inside of Lyronix. Bit of a train being held up here. Sean, again, is still on the back of Lyronix as they go through into Mackett's and Beckett's once again. But a very clean race so far. much better for the sprint race, certainly. It's been a lot of great action that I've seen so far out on track, and may continue towards the end of the race. Honey Badger leads in 6th position in the minutes. Navy trying to hunt down Sean trying to hunt down Lyronix in the meantime. Of course, the DRS train is opened. Honey Badger trying to look down the inside of his fellow countryman here, trying to get the run off. Can he go down the inside here? And the Alcohol Pre-Car is trying to look around the outside into Club. I tell you what, he's going to get the move done as well. Honey Badger around the outside of Navy. Navy just had the inside of the apex there through Vale, and Honey Badger takes full advantage of that, and Vic Mill with a great run off as well. He's going to get the inside into turn 1. Vic Mill has got the position done. 2 positions lost there from Navy. That mistake riding the curb too much there at Vale, costing him dearly, and Navy has lost 2 positions in the space of a lap as Spike is through on Andy down into turn 1, gets the move done. The Spike is up to 10th. Andy now down into P11. Great action though out on track as Navy again begins to hunt down Vic Mill, trying to make up for lost time, trying to make up for his lost positions. Navy now on the back of Vic Mill. Honey Badger right on the back of Sean as well, down into Brooklands. Not close enough for a move, however. Neither of them are. Navy right on the back of Vic Mill as they come into Brooklands once again. Casper still leads, 7/10 of a second. He's maintaining that gap quite evenly actually out in front. Afri now in 2nd, Lyronix in 3rd, Sean in 4th, Honey Badger 5th, Vic Mill in 6th, Navy in 7th, Siege in 8th. Mays in 9th, Spike in 10th, Andy in 11th, S. Graham in 12th. And I'll tell you what, the whole field, especially with some of the spins that we've seen out on track, the Gort especially spinning around very early on, the whole field, relatively, is still separated by only 18 seconds. It's not too much. There's a lot can happen between now and the end of the race. Honey Badger then on the back of Sean. This is the 4th place out on track. 3/10 of a second running down the straight. Honey Badger within the tow, within the slipstream now. He's going to have to think about going around the outside here with the MP Motorsport. Sean on the inside on the Campos. Honey Badger with the traction off the corner. Can he get the move done? He might just have to give up that position, to be honest. Sean trying to go around the outside. That was done off track. I've got to adjudge that. And Honey Badger is through for now, and he's up to 4th place. But Sean tries to have a look down the inside. He wants that position back as soon as possible. I have a feeling though, Honey Badger did, with the camera of the corner, how it panned out, Honey Badger does have to give that position back. And I think he has to give that position back now as Vic Mill dabs it down the inside into the village section. Sean defends it well. Navy's up the inside, trying to gain a position. Navy up the inside onto the Wellington straight they go. Vic Mill holds it firm right around the outside, and Vic Mill with the DRS now beginning to close in on Sean once again as Casper is under attack just in the foreground. A shot from Afri. Afri then is up into the lead of the race, gets the move done around the outside into Brooklands. Look at Casper trying to fight this all the way through. I don't think he's fighting a lost cause really. They make contact a little bit and there's more contact. Afri and Casper, they've got to give each other plenty of room here. Down side by side into cups. We don't want to be seeing a repeat for Casper, certainly from his previous races. Afri has now got the move done around the outside, better banging wheels. Lyronix is now trying to hunt it down the inside. Would be very wise to go for this. Should have pulled out for the move. That's why we saw the contact there. Casper then still into 2nd, Lyronix in 3rd. But as a result, everyone else beginning to get back into this. Lyronix with a better run out compared to Casper. Side by side as they go down the straight. The BWT Arden is through on the Carlin. So Lyronix is through. And he's up to P2 as that is Vic Mill trying to go back down the inside of Sean. He's got the move done. So Vic Mill making up for lost time. Those 2 positions lost. Really starting to happen now. Navy's trying to get back into this as well. Navy, sorry, did have those 2 positions lost as a result. Vic Mill has got the move done. Casper's run out wide. I'm not sure if Honey Badger forced his way through there on the inside. It was difficult to tell. Siege is down on the inside of Navy who ran wide, and Siege has got the move done on Navy. All kicking off in the sprint race. We're only halfway through. Afri leads. Lyronix 2nd. Honey Badger in 3rd. Casper 4th. Vic Mill in 5th. Sean in 6th. And Siege in 7th. Navy right on the back of him in 8th position. Not going to go for the move there. Spike in the meantime on the back of Maze. So only 2 times to win. I have a feeling Spike's going to get this down into the village section. Half commitment for the move. Trying to go around the outside now into the loop and then into entry. Oh, and that is a beautiful judgment. Down the inside goes Spike. Beautiful judgment. Maze clearly slow out the corner. Spike gets the move done. Navy's up the inside of Siege. I'm trying to give you as much action as possible out on track as Navy is trying to go around the outside now on Siege, but Siege, we paid him the favour, so Siege stays in 7th, Navy in 8th place still. Tries to get that one off Fluffy. A little bit of lag going on between them both. Nearly lagging into each other there. Navy trying to go up the inside on Siege. It's going to be close through Cops. Oh my god, Siege has kept it somehow right around the outside. Somehow he's kept that. Sean has picked up a 3-second time penalty just running across the curb at Maggots there. Vic Mill now chasing down Casper, this is. Lyron's trying to chase down Afri as well. Vic Mill, Paul now chasing down the Finn. Casper might just need to get looked into with the contact of Afri. Don't think it will be too much though coming out of the steward's office. But Vic Mill hunting down Casper. Casper clearly picking his line, trying to go down the inside. Of course, I do believe you might be seeing Casper tomorrow night for the mini league if you are going to be tuning in for that. And why don't you? It's going to be great fun tomorrow night. Honey Badger, fast slap the Reds, 42-2. Vic Mill now trying to go around the outside. Casper, I think, has just got his car positioned beautifully there. Beautiful position of the car by Casper, and Vic Mill now on the back. Shocking camera angle, trying to go around the outside into the village section now, and he's trying to hold it. I tell you what, a little bit of contact. Vic Mill was, I think, going to get the move done anyway, as there was no need for the contact. Casper gets caught on the curb slightly, has a bit of a half spin. Sean will try and catch then in the background. Afri does lead the way by Lyronics, but look at the gaps. Look at the gaps. 6.7 seconds separating the top 8 out on track, and only 1.1 separating the top 3 out on track. Afri currently leads the way. Lyronics in second, Honey Badger in third, Vic Mill in fourth. We'll go on board with Navy in the meantime on the back of Siege. So this is for 7th and 8th, currently out on track. 11 positions gained for Honey Badger is the chief gainer really out of this race. Great stuff from him, starting from the back of the field after that poor, awful really. Race 1 from his perspective, certainly. Navy picks up a 3-second time penalty. Lyronics now on the back of Afri. They come down the straight once again. Down the hanger straight they come. Lyronics trying to get the move done around the outside on Afri. Afri will try and close him off, but Lyronics sends it around the outside of Stowe. I have a feeling though he's not going to get the move done. Afri has got the move done once again, and Honey Badger now seizing an opportunity. Try and go down the inside. It's 3 wide into Vale. Oh my goodness me. 3 wide into Vale, sorry. Yeah, Afri has got the move done. On Lyronics keeps the lead of the race. Honey Badger fights the back end. Clearly got gravel on his tyres or something. And the Dutchman now has to try and come back at him once again. 4 laps to go. And the top 3 separated by only 9/10 of a second out on track. Apologies if you can hear any fireworks in the background going up. They've just started to go off again. Afri does lead the way though, from Lyronics in second. There are further battles happening on further down the field. I'll go on board with Alan Kay, who will go on, who's on the back of Andy. 7/10 of a second these two are separated by. Andy just coming into the clutches, I think, now, the Irishman. As Alan Kay tries to hunt down Andy, and Andy trying to hunt down Gort respectively. Gort has gained 3 positions as a result of what has happened out on track. He's into 11, so good recovery drive nonetheless from Gort after that real bad spin for him coming out of the final corner at Club, sorry. Afri then leads the way still. We'll go back on board with that Alan K. Andy battle in just a while. There is a yellow flag in Sector 1 at Tess Graham, who's lost it to entry, that is, at turn 5. So Afri leads the way. We'll go back on board, as I say, with that battle between Alan K and Andy. But Lyronics and Afri currently 2/10 of a second running down the hanger straight once again. Honey Badger, Lyronics trying to go and switch to the inside. He's going to have to force around the outside once again. We saw the move pulled off nearly last time by Lyronics, but this time he does pull it off right around the outside into Stowe. Afri will try and fight this into Club and Vale. To Vale and Club even. Honey Badger now right on the back of this as well. 3 laps to go, and it's like a repeat of France. 3 laps to go, and the top 3 separated by 5/10 of a second out on track here. Siege right on the back of Sean coming out of the final corner. Alan Kay and Andy though in the meantime are nearly side by side coming out of Stowe. And Alan Kay just wants to make sure he gets his braking point correct. Maybe he's got a 3-second time penalty. Andy now, Alan Kay is on fire here, trying to get past the Scotsman. Scotland versus Ireland, and Andy spins out of the final corner, just applied a bit too much power there by the looks. and Andy has spun around at the final corner. He's off track. There is a yellow flag in sector 3 as a result. Afri now down the inside of Lyronics once again, trying to go for the move. Not quite. Honey Badger still involved in this as well. I'm not going to take an opportunity to have a look at the penalties because there's still quite a lot going on in this sprint race, and it is literally a sprint race here at Silverstone. Lyronics still leading the way, 0.5 of a second, separating the top 3 out on track. If these 3 really begin to battle, you never know. Vic Mill coming into the race, Casper could come into this, Sean and Siege as well, and in fact Siege is right on the back of Sean, coming into Maggots and Beckett's once again. The 6th and 7th currently out on track. Navy involved in this as well. Bit of a 4-car battle now going on. Casper just fighting off the attention of these guys. Currently poor exit by Sean. Siege is going to get him, I think, down the outside into Stowe. Is it going to switch in? No, he's not. It's going to be side by side down into Stowe between these two, and Sean, probably a good recovery there. Defends the inside line nicely, and Sean keeps the position. Siege just runs out wide and lets Navy through. So Siege now down into the back, down into 8th place once again. Lyronics still leads the race. I don't know where to turn in terms of the action. Spike, however, is into the pits. The Spike is into the pits, clearly feeling he wants to go for the fastest lap, I do believe. That is why we've seen him come into the pit. Lyronics still fighting off the attention. Honey Badger trying to launch it down the inside on Afri. Oh, that's a bit of a late one on Honey Badger's fault there. Afri trying to go down the inside. Honey Badger, I think, has got left side end plate damage as a result of the contact as well. It's a little bit of a weird one, that. Navy in the background, going on Sean, and Siege is 3 wide down into Brooklands. Oh my god. Sean and Navy has got past them both. Navy has got past them both. He's into 6th, down the inside of Brooklands. Brave stuff there by Navy. Sean and Siege have lost positions as a result, and Navy does get those 2 positions back from earlier on in the race, and he's got the move done. Honey Badger, personally, I think should be waiting up for Afri. Again, 2nd time really this race that we have seen an incident with him, and he hasn't waited up for the drivers, so maybe something coming onto his end at the end of the race. And of course, I'm going to be giving my opinion within the stewarding team for the racing here tonight. There is a yellow flag in sector 1. I have a feeling that might be S. Graham. Siege has got a brilliant exit out of Beckett, and now down the hanger straight they go. Siege trying to fight this. Sean just looks quicker down the straight line though. Siege got the inside line into Still. Not going to pull it off though. Sean holds it firm on the outside to give each other plenty of room and plenty of respect. Now down into Vale and Club once again. And Sean somehow stays ahead of Siege. On to the final lap we go. 0.9 per second between the top 2. Lyronics leads, Honey Badger in 2nd. Lyronics has lost it from the lead of the race. Lyronics has caught the curb on the inside. A shocking camera angle to give it, but Lyronics has caught the inside of the curb, and he spins out of the lead of the race. He is going to be so distraught at that. Lyronics is out of contention. That is such a shame. He was doing everything right, and Lyronics, fate befalls him here in Silverstone, and Honey Badger could inherit the win of the race. Spike has gone through, and Andy in the meantime. Mace is on the back of Gort, so the 2 Univertosis now beginning to battle it out on track. Going to get good points as a result. Siege and Sean as well. Siege trying to hunt around the outside of Sean, not quite good enough, but gets the traction off the corner. Afri's right on the back of Vic Mill, who's now in 2nd as a result of Lyronics' spin. Siege down the inside of Woodcut, now down the inside into Cops. They go side by side into here. Siege backs off respectfully. Afri right on the back of Vic Mill. Look, Honey Badger leads the way, 1.9 seconds. Drama here on the final lap in the sprint race. I've never seen anything like it. Honey Badger, 2.1 seconds leads the way. Vic Mill in 2nd. Afri in 3rd, trying to hunt him down. Not going to be close enough. However, Siege is going to be close enough to Sean running down the hanger straight. He's got the inside line. Sean will have to defend this with everything he's got. Siege has got the inside line in the Carlin. Down the inside he goes into Stowe. Gets the move done, I think. Off the camera of the corner, he's got the move done. Honey Badger then through the final corner is going to win the sprint race. Fantastic racing that on track. The best sprint race this season. Vic Mill in 2nd. Afri in 3rd. They pick up penalties. Casper comes into 2nd. Gets 2nd by the narrowest of margins. Navy in 5th. Dropped down by Siege as a result of the penalties. Sean in 7th. Lyronics so distraught. Finishing in 7th in the end. Of course, official and unofficial results are coming through. Gorse going to be coming across the line in 9th, with Mays going to be coming across the line in 10th. There stays they are, I think. Alan Kay going to be coming across the line in 11th. Oh, let's take a breath. Spike going to be coming across the line in 12th, and Andy will be coming across the line in 13th. Spike, will he get the fastest lap of the race? Yes, he will. 41 flat, he gets the fastest lap and nicks it late on, so an extra point for Spike. Andy spins across the line in 13th. Might just feel that a bit more practice could be done with him next week for sure. Andy finishing in 13th there, and S. Graham should be coming across the line very shortly. Indeed, the Scotsman finishing off in 14th place, and I think it's the first time this season we have seen all drivers finish the sprint race. Great statistic to carry forward. S. Graham across the line in 14th. What a dramatic final couple of laps that was. Lyronic spinning at the lead of the race on the final lap. He is going to be so distraught with that. But your winner here tonight, your unofficial winner, is of course Honey Badger, who might get investigated after the race. Remains to be seen. Honey Badger, though, takes the win here in the sprint race. Lyronic leaves the session as a result. We are done for this evening, but Honey Badger takes it out on track. Fantastic racing out on track. Casper has got second, and in third, Vic Mill, on the narrowest margins, misses out on second position. Of course, we might see few investigations for the stewards. We might be quite busy tonight. Here's the final running order then of the sprint race, and here we go. Who takes the win from the back of the field? Honey Badger takes it, gains 15 points as a result. Casper in second, Vic Mill in third, Afri in fourth, Siege in fifth, Navy in sixth, Ironics in 7th, Sean in 8th, Gort in 9th, Mays in 10th, Alan Kane 11th, Spike in 12th, Andy in 13th, and S. Graham in 14th position. So everyone finishes out on track, and not really many penalties to write home about. Let's have a look at the results for the weekend then. Afri gains 33 points out on track, Navy gains 23, Lyronics gains 21 that is, with the fastest lap. Casper gains 20, and Honey Badger gains 16 as a result. But that is it. That is the racing over and done with for tonight for TTL F2. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have in the commentary box. We are going to be back tomorrow night for the second week of the mini league, and I cannot wait for the action to unfold once again out on track. 15 teams going to be doing hard, competitive, clean racing out on track. And of course we do have to have a look at what tracks we are going to be running around tomorrow for the mini league. Mini League 3 of course from 7 o'clock, 7:45 for Mini League 2. Mini League 1 will be coming as well, and we go to Mexico and Brazil for tomorrow night, so tune in from 7 o'clock tomorrow night for League 3, commentated by yours truly. 7:45 for League 2, and then 8:30 for League 1, so it is going to be an action-packed night tomorrow night. I better get my voice rested up. Thank you very much for watching here tonight in TTL F2, and until next time, which will be the mini league tomorrow, goodbye.